Which is better, Halloween Horror Nights or Howl-O-Scream? You decide. Throughout my theme park adventures, I have been known to love the Central Florida hunts, especially Howl-O-Scream and Halloween Horror Nights. But a lot of times people come to me and say, hey Nikki, what's your favorite if you had to choose between the two? I can't really pick because I like them for so many different ways. It is because of their differences that I wanted to create this Halloween haunted Central Florida smackdown so that you too can decide which one that you like. So now we're gonna start with the first category, which is crowd levels. It's no secret that the Halloween Horror Night lines are crazy. They can be hours long, and sometimes it kind of takes away from the event. But on the contrary, when you are at Howl-O-Scream, there are crowd levels, but they don't really get as intense as Halloween Horror Nights. They're busy, but Halloween Horror Nights is just on a whole nother level. Because I like this type of intimacy that kind of makes the event feel a little bit scarier, especially on some of them dark paths. Busch Gardens, y'all know them dark paths that be having like be quiet and things be in the bushes coming at you. Yeah, they know what they doing. It's that quietness that you get when you are going down those paths by yourself that puts Busch Gardens at the winner of the crowd level category. Our next category is the originality of storylines. When Halloween Horror Nights first started, the houses were originally concepts with very little outside brands to interfere. That has changed within the past decade of the event. For this reason, Halloween Horror Nights has lost a bit of its originality since it has to please the partnerships it deals with each year. Even with all of this limited creativity, when you combine the Universal creative team, unique storylines for their original houses, and the unnerving concepts of the intellectual properties, Universal still dominates the Halloween event game. Now, don't get me wrong, Howl-O-Scream has gotten better over the years with the concept of its houses, the originality, the storylines, but in this category, Universal's Halloween Horror Nights wins. The next category is horror quality. The production quality over at HHN is absolutely phenomenal. And of course, they have much bigger budgets, so they can provide us a little bit better experience. Basically, like we are actually being immersed deeply inside of that haunted maze. However, since Busch Gardens has a much smaller budget, they have to heavily rely on the scare actors to come out and give everything they have for these events. But still, in regards to the quality of horror, yeah, I'm gonna have to give this to Halloween Horror Nights. Our next category is the ability to scare. Both Howl-O-Scream and Halloween Horror Nights approaches their scare factors differently. At Halloween Horror Nights, you get a full out Hollywood type of production with a foreboding atmosphere of fear. However, over at Howl-O-Scream, there is constant scares. There's jump scares, they just come out of nowhere. They love it. That gets them pumping. They don't have time to sit there and do all that foreboding. They're like, come here, come here, come here, come here. Let me scare the crap out of you. That's how they be. I know I'm being silly, but that's just the difference between the two. But this is based on your own preference. What type of fear do you like? Do you like that jump scare, or do you like that eeriness, that foreboding type of scare? But for this ability to scare factor, I'm gonna give it to Howl-O-Scream. The next category is affordability. As you can probably tell, Universal's mega production and being the most popular Halloween event is going to make HHN way more expensive than Busch Gardens. So for Busch Gardens, you can usually get your ticket for about $40 if you get it in advance, whereas Universal's Halloween Horror Nights tickets can start at about $70. But just know these prices do change. They change based on the day and when you buy your ticket. But for the affordability factor, Howl-O-Scream got this category. The next category is entertainment. Now, Universal is known to put on incredible productions. Busch Gardens doesn't really offer much in the way of entertainment. They do have their classic Fiend show, which is, some nurses going on the stage doing their little provocative dance for Halloween. It's cool, the storyline's usually okay. So it's not really much there besides that. So for this category, we're gonna give that over to Halloween Horror Nights. The next category is theming. Universal goes all out with the theming for Halloween Horror Nights, but Busch Gardens is starting to, pick up the slack and get better as the years go by. Since the early years of Halloween Horror Nights, theming has become a very serious asset to the event. So much so that many Halloween experiences around the country have to do this in order to compete with Universal. Howl-O-Scream has a general theme each year, but unfortunately, it is lost once you enter the park. Since Howl-O-Scream keeps many of the same houses each year, it's hard for the mazes to reflect the theme of that year. Halloween Horror Night changes its haunted houses every year, so the creative team at Universal always keeps a cohesive theme to the event that carries over through its mazes, its scare zones, its entertainment, and little things like its dining areas. So for the category of theming, we're gonna give this to Halloween Horror Nights. The next category is fun level, excitement, atmosphere. Now, I don't want you to think that because one is gonna come out above the other that they're both not fun. They're both incredibly fun for different types of people. Many of the visitors to Halloween Horror Nights are coming from all over the world just for this event. However, at Howl-O-Scream, it's more of a relaxed environment with the expectation of just pure, unadulterated fun. You'll find more locals attending this event. Plus, you'll get way more jump scares that keeps you on your toes throughout the night. So in the atmosphere, let's just have fun type of vibe, we're gonna give this to Howl-O-Scream. So who's the winner? And it's a tie. I know. I am so sorry. I just calculated. Howl-O-Scream won 4 of the categories and Halloween Horror Nights won 4 of the categories. But now it's time for you to decide. Duke it out in the comments section and let me know why you think Howl-O-Scream is better or Halloween Horror Nights is better. And until next time, happy park hopping hipsters.
I wouldn't have it any other way, and I want to be back together.